In this video, we're going to talk about the client outreach process. So now that you have your videos and all of your landing pages ready to go and live, it's time to reach out to your clients and start booking calls. And so I just want to get something up front and make this very clear. You are going to have to follow up with your prospective clients multiple times if you expect to receive responses from most of them. I would say very few, if any, cases will there be where you just send off a single email and say, hey, I have this video for you, go check it out, and then they're going to go check out the video and actually book a call on the spot. That it will be very rare if it happens at all. And so you need to expect to follow up with each of these prospective clients a minimum of 8 times if you expect them to, 1, consume your video, and 2, actually book a call with you. And so this is a proposed client outreach schedule. This is the outreach schedule that I sort of loosely follow when I'm doing outbound client acquisition. And so it pretty much looks like this. And so the idea is you're trying to start a conversation with your prospective client and you're hitting them on as many different platforms as possible. Obviously, email is going to be the primary platform that you're using to communicate because that's just what business runs on. But email is also one of the most crowded marketing channels that there is. And so it's important to try and get in front of your client in other ways. And so on day 1, which is the first day that you're doing outreach, you're going to send an email with the video. And obviously, I have templates for all of these for you that you can use as guidelines for yourself. But on day 1, you're going to send an email. On day 2, if you haven't heard back from them, you're going to send a LinkedIn message to them. On day 3, if you still haven't heard back, you're going to send a follow-up email and you're going to call them, but you're not going to leave a voicemail. On day 4, if you still haven't heard back, you're going to call them and leave a voicemail. Then on day 5, you're going to have a second follow-up email. On day 7, you're going to send them a Facebook message. And then on day 12, or a few days after, day 7, you're going to send them a last chance follow-up email, and you're going to call and leave them a last chance voicemail. And so ultimately, if you are hitting them on all of these different platforms and you're sending them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 forms of follow-up, 8 different messages around follow-up, and they still haven't gotten back to you, then it's probably a safe bet to just move on to another client and try and get in touch with them, because this client is either just flat out unresponsive or is just really not interested and a little bit rude to not even tell you that they're not interested. Obviously, if at any stage here the client says, hey, stop contacting me, then you should stop contacting them. This outreach is only done if you don't hear from the prospective client. Now, this can all be done manually, and in fact, doing it manually is probably what I would recommend to start with. However, there are some tools to help you semi-automate the outreach, at least as far as your email outreach goes. So there's 2 tools that I would recommend, either Mailshake or Mixmax. You can check them out. I think Mixmax has a free trial. Mailshake is a pretty small fee. It just helps you to semi-automate this email outreach. You can essentially send out sequences to each prospect, and then the sequences will just keep sending at the intervals that you specify until that prospect actually replies to you. Or you can even set it, I think, so if the prospect looks at the email, it'll stop sending those sequences. I'm not going to go into how to use Mailshake or Mixmax. They both have great help documentation, and that's beyond the scope of this. It's a separate software tool. It's pretty easy to figure out. But if you're trying to semi-automate that outreach, you can certainly look into Mailshake or Mixmax. Then I would definitely recommend some sort of CRM software just to help you keep track of where your prospects are at in an outreach campaign. And so for this, Trello works great. Obviously, there's like 100 billion CRM softwares out there. Feel free to use any of those that you like, but most of those CRM softwares tend to be pretty bulky and have way more features than you actually need. So I'd recommend just using Trello or even just a spreadsheet to keep track of your prospects. And again, this is part of the reason why I want you to start out at 25 prospects, because that will allow you to dial in this process before scaling up. And so this follow-up sequence should be pretty manageable for a cohort of 25 prospective clients. And this is the sequence that I would recommend that you follow. If you're looking to really level up your client outreach skills, there's some great books around prospecting. Fanatical Prospecting is one book that comes to mind that's really, really great, written specifically for sales development reps, and their entire job is pretty much cold calling to acquire new clients and start conversations with potential clients. And so reading that book would give you a great leg up on this client outreach process. But this client outreach schedule here and the template that I'm about to show you is absolutely all that you need to get started using this video audit at scale system, and this will get you results if you execute on it. So let's take a look at the client outreach template, and obviously you'll have this as a download that you can download and refer back to. But if we take a look here, you can see there's a template for each day of follow-up. So day 1 is an email. You can see that this is just a pretty straightforward email. The subject is for, and then the first name of whoever you're trying to get a hold of. The body is, hey, I'll get straight to the point. Your company is awesome. I want to help make it better. Then you can list 1 to 3 things you admire about the company that just sort of shows that you did your research. So I really love your office located on such and such street. You guys have great reviews. If you're a restaurant, I ate at your restaurant last week. You had great cheesecake. I don't know. Just list 1 to 3 things there. And then you can do a single paragraph about yourself. My name's Jordan. I own an advertising agency in Denver. I'd love to work with you, and based on what I've seen, we could hit a home run with your business. But because I know the last thing you want to do is read another email, here's a video I put together to explain how I think I can add to your company's growth. Enjoy. And then you could just link to your video, so like https://myvideo.com, and then also include an image of your video screenshot. So make sure that in that screenshot it includes preferably your face, but definitely the homepage of your prospective client's website, so that they know that you created this video custom for them and this isn't just a mass spam cold email that they received. And so that's the email that you're going to send on day 1. On day 2, then, you're just going to send a LinkedIn message to that client. And the idea here is not to pitch the video. The idea here is really just to start a conversation, if possible, by asking if you got the right email address and really just making them aware that you sent them an email, which makes it more likely that they're going to open the next email that you send. So this is short to the point. It's contextually congruent with LinkedIn. You just said, hey, I sent you an email yesterday but didn't hear back. Do I have the right email address? And then you just put in their email. Or is there a better way to get in touch with you? That allows them to really easily say, yes, that's the right email address, or yes, I just haven't taken a look yet, or no, this is a better email address. You're not trying to pitch them an entire thing, and so you're not going to come across as spammy on LinkedIn. On day 3, then you're going to send them a follow-up email, and you're going to call them but not leave a voicemail. And so your follow-up email is very simple. You're just going to reply to the first email that you sent them, so that in their subject line it's going to say reply for their name, and then your body is just going to be a single sentence following up from this the other day in case you didn't see it, and then beneath that email is going to be the original message, and so they'll see all of that again. That's all you need to do. And then you're going to call them. Obviously, if they pick up the phone, great. You can run through who you are. You can tell them that you sent them a video, and then as soon as you get off the call, you send them an email with that video link and just tell them to check it out, and then you can start a conversation that way. Obviously, if they don't answer the phone, you're not going to leave a voicemail. On day 4, then you're going to call and leave a voicemail. Again, if they answer it, that's great. You've started a conversation so you can get them to watch the video, or they tell you that they're just flat out not interested, in which case, great, you can move on to the next prospect. If you do leave a voicemail, however, this is a rough template of what that voicemail should say. So, hey, this is Jordan Schumacher calling from your agency name. We connected on LinkedIn a few days ago, and I'd sent you over a video I made for your business, but not sure I have the best email to contact you. So again, the intent of this voicemail is not to pitch the video. The intent of this voicemail is just to start a conversation and just get them to either tell you, yes, I want to check out the video, or no, I'm not interested. There's nothing, like, a no is great, a yes is even better. There's nothing worse that you can have as a sales development rep than a non-answer. You need either a yes or a no. And so the purpose of all of this follow-up is only to initiate a conversation so that they can either check out the video or tell you no. The worst thing that can happen is they continue to ignore you. And so that's why this voicemail is structured the way that it is. And obviously we lead with, we connected on LinkedIn a few days ago, just because that's something that very few people say. That'll help your voicemail stand apart from any other cold callers that they're receiving. Day 5, follow-up email. This is going to be a different email. So the subject's just going to be quick question. And then you're just going to ask them, hey, are you the best person to even talk to about marketing and customer acquisition? Or is there someone else you can put me in touch with? I found this email gets a great response rate. Day 7, then you're going to send a Facebook message. Again, you're not trying to pitch them on the video because that comes across as spammy. You're just simply asking, hey, do I have the right email address? Like, hey, I know this is Facebook. Not everyone likes to do business over Facebook. So do I have the right email address? Because I haven't heard from you in a full week, and I just want to make sure I have the right email address. So this is a very innocent message to send them on Facebook. And then day 12 is sort of your last chance email and your last chance voicemail. And so this is your last chance email template where your subject is final follow-up attempt, and you just say, hey, following up with you one last time out of professional courtesy. Have you had a chance to check out the video I put together for you? And then you copy and paste in that original email that you sent down below so they have that context. And then you could send this in the morning, and then in the afternoon you could send them a last chance voicemail. And basically you're just saying, hey, reached out to you over the last 2 weeks, haven't heard from you. I already put together this custom video for your business, and I just want to make sure that you have an opportunity to check it out. So could you just give me a call back or text me at whatever your number is, and let me know what the best way to get in touch with you is. There's no need to have a lengthy phone conversation. I just want to make sure that I have the right email address for you on file so that I can get you this video and you have an opportunity to check it out. Thanks so much. And so really you're phrasing this voicemail. I was like, hey man, I've done this thing. There's no worries at all that you haven't gotten back to me. I just want to make sure that you don't miss out on the opportunity to see it. And I think that in my experience, anytime you have any sort of a final follow-up or last chance email, this is where something like 50% of your engagement comes from, just because human beings are terrified of missing out on something. And so if you tell them, hey, this is the final effort, or hey, like this is going away tomorrow if you don't get back to me, you will find that something like 50% of your engagement comes on this final follow-up attempt email and voicemail. And so obviously these frameworks aren't set in stone by any means. You'll probably find as you're going through things, there's better ways of phrasing things. There's ways that fit with your brand and personality better. And so you're absolutely encouraged to change these and tweak these to your own style. This is not the gospel of cold outreach by any means. This is just a template that's designed to work and get you results and be pretty lightweight and easy to use and easy to customize for your own needs. And so if you stick with this process, if you use this follow-up client outreach template, and if you follow up as consistently as you need to, you will see results from this video audit at scale method.